Next video is going to be about MyFitnessPal. As you all know, it's a free tracking app to track where our calories we're eating, what our macros are. If you're not using this, then I highly advise you all. You know how I like to encourage people to use MyFitnessPal. If you are losing weight and you're not using MyFitnessPal, then you're obviously in a calorie deficit. But then people tend to yo-yo, and I've seen it time after time. Weights up, weights down, weights up, weights down. Next diet, whether it's keto, low carbs, or intermittent fasting, it's all the same goal, isn't it? You end up in a calorie deficit, you get bored after 4 weeks and you go back into eating as much as you like, weight comes back up. But back to MyFitnessPal. Like I said, it's a free app. It's so easy to get used to, okay? So easy to get used to. We've already established how to work out our TDEE with one of my previous presentations. We know how to now add it into MyFitnessPal. We know how to change our macros, so set our protein. So now it's all about really just setting it and learning how to read it. So with tracking your calories and your protein, I tend to do this with new clients daily, and then when I've established them in the first 2 weeks, I'll tend to do it weekly. Calories speaks for itself really. It's on the front screen and it tells you what you've had and what's remaining for the rest of the day. Whereas for your protein, what you want to do is you want to click on the diary, click remain in the top right corner, and then go for the middle option, nutrients. Now because we've already established what your protein goal is, it'll have goal, it'll tell you what you've eaten, and it'll tell you what you've got left the rest of the day. And then if you want to see what your weekly average is, or you need to report your weekly average like to myself, what you need to do is you go to nutrients, you go just below nutrients, it'll say day view, and there should be an arrow, click it, change it from day view to week view, and then there it'll give you the weekly average of what your calories, protein, fat and carbs is. So you're probably wondering, why do we specifically focus on protein? And quite simply put, it's the number one macronutrient for 3 reasons. Firstly, it's the building block to our muscles. So we're going to need a sufficient amount of protein to firstly build muscle, and secondly to maintain lean muscle mass when we're in a harsh calorie deficit. Secondly, it's the most energy costing macronutrient. So this refers to the thermal effect of food. We burn more calories through breaking down protein as opposed to breaking down carbs and fat. And then thirdly, it creates a higher satiety. So what this basically means is when you eat protein, you've got that feeling of fullness. Again, as opposed to carbs and fat, you won't feel as full. So I'm hoping so far you understand why we track the calories. We need to know if we're in a surplus, therefore we're going to gain weight, whether we're maintaining calories, or whether we're in a deficit, therefore we're going to lose weight. Also, I hope you now understand why we track protein, and also you know how to track your calories and protein for the day and for the week. Now something I need to mention to you all, stop adding the calories burnt through exercise to MyFitnessPal. Let's just say you go for a run and you burn 300 calories. It then adds it and says you're allowed to eat 300 calories more, but you're not. When you've already done your TDEE, that takes into account the exercise that you're doing already. So by having an extra 300 calories, you're either not going to be in the calorie deficit that you're hoping to be in, or you're going to eventually gain weight. Okay? So either disable it, take it off from uploading, or completely ignore it. Okay? Stick to what your calorie goal is. Do not eat the additional calories that you burn through exercise. Completely ignore it. Okay? If you get stuck or confused as to why, drop me a message. Trust me, I will explain it all.